Well, it seems that I'm a bit late to this, but it's been almost a week since the Seek and Destroy update came out, and well, as you can see, there's a lot of things that we can talk about here, like way too many things. But I'm just gonna watch the trailer right now.
Please welcome the second major update of 2024, Seek and Destroy. Get ready for...
Now, what I will say in the first minute of the update that they show right now, the biggest downside to players that play mainly planes and jets in War Thunder is the addition to Fox 3 missiles, which are AIM-120s, R-27s, all those, but maybe AIM-120s, which are radar-guided missiles, which is a bit different than infrared-guided missiles. If I do say something wrong, I'm sorry for saying that, but, you know, it's a bit different than infrared-guided missiles. And radar-guided missiles need a radar lock on an enemy so they can track it and then destroy the aircraft. Unlike infrared-guided missiles that, well, need infrared guidance or infrared lock. But I won't say that much. But we get new vehicles, new aircraft, obviously, new tanks, new aircraft, new little bits that they've added into the game. But I'll just let it play for a few times. Not bad for
reworked
fun.
mechanics, modern weapons, and of course, fresh vehicles. The French aircraft tech tree is getting reinforcements. An entire new line of aircraft from Belgium and the Netherlands is being added to the game. It starts with planes from the 1930s, some of which are unique to War Thunder, and the top ranks include a few familiar jet fighters. The main addition to top rank air combat is the large number of new air-to-air missiles with active radar homing that need no tracking from the launching aircraft's radar. This cutting-edge type of weapon is a major change to the battlefield, so we're giving all in-game nations access to various models of these missiles. High-rank aircraft with a battle rating of 10.0 or higher can now play realistic air battles with a lower number of players. You can turn
This is also something that the community always wanted. Lower and fewer players per team in realistic battles. Because the teams are very big on each of the when you start on a mission or in a game, obviously.
this option on in the game
Still,
mode
pretty
selection menu. This update also brings a heap of changes for the ground vehicles. Damaged wheels don't just deflate. Now a vehicle can lose them completely. Losing several wheels might not be a huge issue.
Finnegan made a video about this, where on the new Vextra 105, I think it was, the new French wheeled vehicle at top tier somewhere, he demonstrated that not only can you knock off one wheel, if you knock out all the wheels, so that you basically can still drive without wheels, which is kind of not accurate because I don't think cars or anything like that, the actual discs can rotate itself without wheels. That's kind of not historically accurate, but it's a small fluke. I mean, nobody will see it, but still.
For vehicles with multiple axles, but you might still want to get them fixed soon to avoid turning into free real estate at the worst moment. In addition to replenishing your crew, you can now also heal your wounded fighters. It helps them to get back to their usual top-tier performance, and might also save you from a loss in the future. Some armored vehicles are receiving new functional modules in their damage models. Check out the X-ray view of high-rank MBTs and
Here it says auto order, obviously, the bit that where all the shells are. Used for mechanized loading of weapons. In the event of failure, loading of the next projectile will not be available until field repair is carried out. So, like I said, if you bust out and destroy the auto loader without any, if you got some luck and you obviously destroy the auto loader of a tank, like any Russian main battle tank, like T-72s, T-80s, T-90s, you will still destroy them because you're also hitting the ammo because it's in a carousel auto loader, but you also destroy the auto loader itself. However, if they're carrying very little ammo, which you have to learn, never bring that much ammo. You bring like 10 to 20 rounds in a game. That's it. That's how many rounds you take. You don't take full ammo like games in like World of Tanks or World of Tanks Blitz or any of those games at all. You don't do that. You take 10, 20 rounds and that's it. You go to a cap, you resupply with ammunition, that's it. But yes, if you destroy the auto loader will stop working and it will not load the next shell.
SAMs. They're already there. We'll be expanding this feature to more vehicles in the future.
And there it is. Fire control system provides for the operation of the module, sorry. The gun stabilizer, laser warning system, and laser rangefinder. Yes, the 2S38 has a laser warning system and a laser rangefinder, and night vision device, which stands for NVD actually stands for night vision device, and only the gunner has thermals, which could be first, second, or third gen thermals. Maybe we want to have third gen thermals because they're the best, I think.
Sure,
I'm not that good with thermals.
And now it's time to see the new vehicles. New modifications of familiar top fighters are ready to guard the skies of War Thunder. The F-15C, the SU...
Now, I know that the Su-27SM is a bit occupying the F-15C, but the F-15C is a way better version of the F-15, which was in War Thunder before the update, before they added this, the F-15C. However, it gets AIM-120s, and not only that, it gets like, what, 6 or 8 AIM-120s with extra drop tanks and fuel, like, those drop tanks are with extra fuel, obviously. But it gets AIM-120s, mainly because top tier air is going to be a bit challenging now, because you're going to have a lot of radar locks on you, you're going to have a lot of dogfighting, well, not dogfighting, but you're going to have to be dodging a lot of missiles. And not infrared guided missiles only. Radar lock and radar guided missiles are very hard to come by to get rid of and get the log out of, because you're gonna do a lot of maneuvers, and the only tanks, airplanes or jets, modern fighter jets, that can perform like, let's say, Cobras, are the Su-27 and the Su-27SM. They're the only planes that can perform Cobras, which are kind of useless.
27SM, the JAS...
The Su-27SM is a, I think, way modern version of the Su-27, and it gets R-27 radar-guided missiles. I think it was R-27, but I am not sure. In fact, I think it was actually R-27, but I don't know.
39C.
And a new version of the JAS-39 Gripen, which, in all fairness, looks like the best fighter jet I've ever seen. Up there with the F-15 and the Su-27, I think. But this is, of course, again, gonna have AIM-120s, because Saab, the manufacturer of JAS-39 Gripens, any model of the Gripen, which is, I think, the code name, I think, for the JAS-39C, because a lot of people call it the Gripen, and I as well.
The F-4F ICE,
and a German F-4 Phantom. An F-4 Phantom.
And others. These planes have already gained their popularity among our players, but this update also gives them the magnificent active radar homing air-to-air missiles. The British ground tree gets a new top IFV, the Desert.
The Desert Warrior, yeah. not much to say about this, but the one before I think only has one ATGM launcher. ATGM stands for anti-tank guided missiles for the people who don't know. This one it features two. It's basically the same thing, but it has another ATGM on top.
Warrior. Unlike its predecessor, this machine
And yes, you have very weak armor on this. Yes, I understand.
is armed with a faster 25mm cannon that shoots APF SDS, as well as two launchers for various models of TOW anti-tank guided missiles. An
Thomas
Israeli
Sowietar.
vehicle is here to rival its British counterpart, the heavy Namer IFV.
Okay, I've got no words for it because I don't have any Israeli tanks unlocked. Even though I will say the Merkava or the Markava, however you say that. The Markava Mark IV looks gorgeous. It looks amazing. And, well, that's all I have to say. This one, the Namer, I think that's how you say it. Sorry for the Israeli people that are probably gonna watch this. The Namer Mark I probably has the same 25mm gun on the Desert Warrior or the M3 Bradley. I think the Bradley also had a 25mm, because I think, and it has ATGM launchers as well.
Based on the Merkava tank, it has
Oh wait, so the chassis of the Merkava. Okay.
significantly more mass than other vehicles of the class. It has a 1200 horsepower engine, composite armor to shield it from incoming fire, and a 30mm cannon coupled with Spike ATGMs in its
30mm
unmanned
cannon,
turret
okay.
to destroy its foes. The Swedish tech tree receives one of the most unusual new vehicles, the USH 204.
I will not try to pronounce that name, because I'm not Swedish. But I think it's Landsverk. I don't know. I'm sorry again for butchering that name. The USH 204 GK. It's a wheeled vehicle which is an SPAA. It's classed as an SPAA in the Swedish tech tree.
This compact wheeler can quickly and covertly move around the battlefield and spray enemy sides with AP round from its autocannon. Compared to the Swedish wheeler, the Chinese ZSL
And of course the Chinese also have their own version of an IFV with a roof-mounted remote-controlled autocannon on top. The ZSL 62.
L-92 poses a more
92,
visible
sorry.
threat. It
Not
uses a
62.
familiar hull, but its turret is vastly different from the standard tank variant. High mobility and a rapid-firing autocannon are an amazing combo for proactive play. New vessels are all set to sail the seas of War Thunder.
Now, I think the rest is just... Yeah, the rest is just the ships, which nobody cares about. Nobody cares about the ships. So, let's see. Yeah, War Thunder's second major update of 2024 is here, which is Seek and Destroy. Now, first off, they don't say anything about this thing, which is the Leopard 2 A4M can, and the can, funny name, is for Canada. This is a Canadian 11.3 rank 7 Canadian main battle tank. Now, what can I say about this? Now, even though I've never been inside of a tank, I've never been a tank commander, I probably won't be at all, but this to me is a Leopard 2A4, which is kind of like the same as the Panzer Battalion, which I have, which costs like 60, 70 euro. This has composite armor all over the thing, and it's trying to mimic a Leopard 2A5, I think, because it doesn't have the longer gun of a 2A6 or the 2A7. Now, how can I tell that this is supposed to mimic a Leopard 2A5? Because the Leopard 2A6 and the Leopard 2A7 have a longer 120mm smoothbore. And yes, I'm gonna say it, smoothbore guns are everywhere on every single main battle tank. People say, oh, but what about the Challenger 2? Yes, the Challenger 2 is still being used by the British Army. It does have a rifled gun, but now they're gonna go to a smoothbore gun. They've literally said that like last year, I think. I don't know. But this is a rank 7, and it's at a battle rating of 11.3, so 1 BR higher than the Leopard 2 Panzer Battalion, which I do have. Now, this is just a Leopard 2A4, and you're paying 70 euros for a Leopard 2A4, which is in Canadian service because this is a Canadian tank, which has cages at the back where the engine is, which I think it uses like a diesel or turbine engine. I think it was a gas or diesel engine. I don't remember actually. Where it has basically just more composite armor, but that's not gonna help you at 11.3. And I'm sorry to say this, but I wish we had one person come up to me and he was in a Discord chat, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna buy the Leopard 2A4 because it's Canadian and it looks awesome, and I'm gonna spend like what, 80, 90 Canadian dollars because he is Canadian." And I told him, literally, do not buy it. I myself have played Top Tier for like 1,000 times, and I've suffered so much because everybody has APFS DS, and it's not that. It's a lot different than in like 5.7, 6.7, 7.7, or some BRs like that, where you have like the Tiger H1 or the Tiger E or the Panther variants, which there's I think 4 of them or maybe more, where they all have APC-BC shells, which are good at what they do because they have a ballistic cap and a cap. So the whole name of the APC-BC shell is armor-piercing capped ballistic cap, and it has a high explosive filler. Again, would not recommend you buy this Leopard 2A4. Just go with the Leopard 2 Panzer Battalion if you have some money. I'm not telling you to buy stuff out of the Gaijin store. There's too many things that are too expensive in the store. Now, of course, yes, it's €70, and you get 20 days of premium and 2,500 Golden Eagles. Now, there's other ones, which are these ones, which are the newer vehicles added to War Thunder. The XM800T, the Desert War, as we saw, the ZSL 992, and the Namer 30. And, of course, the XM8000 is I think, based on the Sheridan, the I think it was the M551 Sheridan, yes, that was the one, the M551 Sheridan, which has a 152mm gun launcher, and it's not very good. The thing here is I can see it's based on the Sheridan, but it has a autocannon and a MG at the top. Now, what they didn't show was the Soviets got another premium, which was this one, the T80UE1, which, to put it gently, is the same as the T80B, I think, but it has way better ERA. It's got a gas turbine engine because the Soviets decided to use a gas turbine engine instead of the regular diesel engine that they were using in the T90 and the T72. It gets Gen 1 thermals and obviously gun launched ATGMs. And it's also €70. I'm sorry, but I won't pay €70 for it. Also, the Italian tech tree, got the Leopard 2A7V, and the HU there is because this is the Hungarian Leopard 2A7. Okay? That's the Leopard that is in Hungarian service, and it's a Leopard 2A7. So basically just a normal Leopard 2A7, but in Hungarian, in the Italian tech tree. Now, Sweden also got the CV9035DK, which is a Danish, I think. Yeah, the Danish variant of the CV90, which can fire APFSDS with a 35mm autocannon. Yes, it looks good. Now, of course, Fox 3 missiles are very, very bad. And they're very, very scary now in this update. The French Mika, which is the Fox 3 missile for France. China got the PL-12. America got the AIM-120. The Russians, it was the R-77. Okay, my bad. So it was the R-77. The Japanese got the AAM-4. There's a lot of these, obviously. And this one as well, the AMX A1A, which is a Brazilian aircraft, which is again €70, which I won't go into, obviously. Now, of course, see the F4F KWS LV Ice, which is the German F4 Phantom, the SU-27 SM, the Dutch and Belgian aircraft, obviously. They've basically done whatever they can, and obviously you can change, like, this is what it was like before, and this is after, because we need that, obviously. We need that because we need more valuable details. Now, this is the additional modules for ground vehicles. An important one here are additional modules for ground vehicles, which aims to reduce penetrating shells causing no internal damage. Actual modules include more electronic equipment, physical autoloaders, more aiming drives, power systems, and fire control systems, which is again on the 2S38 here, which we did see in the trailer. And of course, new models for crew, which everyone got so excited about. And this as well, visual weapons selector for aircraft, which I won't go into that much. But this update is, again, very nice. But again, I wouldn't recommend buying any of the top tier premiums that they've added, like the Leopard 2A4M can, or only the Leopard 2A4M as it's called in game, without the can in it, or the T80UE1, which again you're wasting like, let me see, like €140 on 2 pixelated tanks, which is not that little. It's a lot of money. But overall, this update is very nice. It's added a lot of very good details, especially addition to more modules inside of again, tanks that have autoloaders, that have fire control systems, and more electronic parts like the, you know, like the hydraulic pump, which is in the Leopard 2A4, which I did not know was there. But anyways, this has probably been too long of a video, only for the update, which was released 6 days ago. And I hope you enjoy this video, I guess, I don't know. But I will see you next time I cover something, which won't be in a while. So, goodbye.